Thanks for joining me again today, and in this episode what I'm going to do is continue testing the Sony DSC-RX100. What I'm filming on right now is the Sony RX100. Now I'm using studio lighting that I've talked about before. If you haven't seen that video, have a look here and you'll be able to see the type of lighting kit I'm using. Fairly powerful light, so it should give a reasonably good quality video. In low light, all these small compact cameras do have a little bit of a problem with the video. Some more than others, of course, but in good light they all seem to do reasonably well. This particular camera, the RX100, has a 1-inch sensor, so it should do very well when you put lots of light on the subject. Now what I'm going to do in a moment is set up my HX30v, and I'm going to put them both on tripods, and then I'm going to do a split screen as I've done before and show you both sets of video from the two cameras so that you can compare them directly. What you're hearing right now is the sound unedited from the camera, but let me switch, and what you're hearing now is the sound from the Tascam DR07 Mark II. I'm using a little lavalier microphone there. So I'm going to go get my Sony HX30v, set that up on a camera, get the frame of view as much alike as possible for the two cameras, and then we'll do a split test to see. I'll do the same as I normally do, which is I won't identify the two cameras. I'll let you guess which is which. I'll put them side by side, and I'll let you hear the sound from both cameras, the raw sound from both cameras, so that you can compare for yourself. So what I've got now is the RX100 and the DSC-HX30v. So we've got two sets of video, or you're about to see two sets of video side by side. Let's do that now. Okay, what you're hearing is sound from camera A. I'm looking in between the two cameras so that you can't tell which is which. They're almost touching. There's a very slight gap between them. They're as close as I can get them. It's not absolutely identical framing, but it's close enough to compare. The lighting is the same, of course. They're both set with the maximum 1080p 50 progressive frames a second resolution, so it should be a fair test. And you tell me which is which. So you're listening to Unit A right now, and now I'm switching to Unit B. So again, you tell me which is which, what's the sound like, which one is better, which image is better, and so on. I don't know at this point because I really haven't tested them together like this yet. I'm going to look at them in a moment or two. You'll know as soon as I do. So what I'm going to do now is switch to the Tascam DR07 Mark II recorder again, so that you can hear better sound. But you've had a little bit of sample sound from the two cameras so that you can see which is which. Are they both the same? Is one of them better than the other? I don't know. I think there will be some slight difference in colour. I couldn't find a way to set the white balance on the 30V. On the RX100 I've set it to automatic daylight balance because these are daylight balanced tubes, and it seems to be doing a pretty good job from what I can see of it, or what I saw when I had a look a moment ago. My cameraman at the back there, my son Ben, is nodding to say it's good balance, good white balance. Let me remind myself about my cameras. The audio levels of both these cameras that you heard a moment ago were exactly as they come out of the camera. It's a little bit noisy here. There's traffic in the background, there's some music in the background. So the audio quality raw from both the cameras is not going to be very good, particularly I'm about 6 or 7 feet away from the cameras. But you've heard some earlier, and you tell me. I'd love to hear your comments of what you think of the two videos. Let me just remind myself if there's anything I've forgotten. No, there isn't. Okay, so I'm going to continue to shoot sample footage on the RX100 so you can see how it performs in a variety of real world situations. I did get it because I want to do video like this more often and more easily. You're going to see in a few moments, well, I'll use the RX100 on a clamp here to do a close-up of some items that I'm showing on the table, and I'll have the main camera there, so it's quite useful for doing that way as well. So thank you for joining me again today. Please leave me your comments. While you're here, why not subscribe, and that way you'll make sure to be notified of future episodes. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.